I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, please.
Not ready. Councilor Geisler.
Here.
Councilor Hochschild.
Here.
Councilor Nelson. Here. Mayor Boucher.
Here. Announcements. Do any councilors have announcements this evening that they'd like to say for the good of the order?
Not for me.
Nothing? Any?
I don't think so.
Communications, Mr. Mulder, we don't have any specified. Do any come to mind?
We listed the ones that we had received in the last 2 weeks in the packet. If you want copies of those, we can get those to you.
Okay, and we received a presentation from our fire chief at pre-agenda about his annual report and an information from City Administrator Mulder on the 2023 road improvement plan. Public discussion. Just so anyone listening knows, we will have 2 areas of public discussion tonight. We will have public discussion in general, which will start this next minute, but also each item on the agenda, if it's voted on for passing, we'll have a section for public discussion about that item. So the first public discussion is for for individuals to address the council about any item not on the agenda. Is there anyone either present in council chambers or online that wishes to address the council at this time? If there is anyone who wishes to address the council, please state your name and address for the record. With no public discussion, we'll close that period. Next, we have the consent agenda. Do we have a motion?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Councilor Geisler, second by Councilor Hochschild. Consent agenda is minutes from the last meeting and accounts payable. Could we have a roll call, please?
Councilor Nelson. Aye. Councilor Hochschild.
Aye.
Councilor Geisler.
Aye.
Mayor Boucher.
Aye. There are no motions or ordinances this evening. We have resolutions. Resolution 2022-50. Resolution authorizing and directing the city administrator to negotiate the terms of an agreement for a construction manager at risk contract between the city of Hermantown and KA
Cross Anderson.
Anderson. Do we have a motion?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Councilor Nelson, second by Councilor Hochschild. I'm pre-guessing here that Councilor Geisler is going to abstain
Yes,
from
that
this
is-
vote
That is correct.
due to any perception of a conflict of interest. Mr. Mulder?
So as you know, we put out an RFP. The proposals were due April 7th. We interviewed all 3 firms that proposed on April 12th. On Friday, the committee met and discussed the proposals and the presentations, and the consensus was that Cross Anderson's proposal was in the best interest of the city, and so that's the recommendation for the council.
Thank you. Do we have any questions or comments from council? Is there any public input on this resolution? If so, please state your name and address for the record. Is there any public input on resolution 2022-50? The permission to negotiate the terms of a construction manager at risk agreement by the city administrator. With no public input, we will move to a roll call.
Councilor Hochschild.
Aye.
Councilor Nelson.
Aye.
And Councilor Geisler abstain.
Abstain.
And then Mayor Boucher.
Aye. Next is resolution 2022-51. Resolution authorizing a contract for professional services with Short Elliott Hendrickson Incorporated for water distribution system evaluation and modeling in the amount of $25,470. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Counselor Housechild, second by Counselor Nelson. Mr. Mulder?
Again, we had a request for proposals for engineering firms to kind of take a look at our water system in terms of where we might need to make some improvements, either in terms of an additional tower or extensions of mains or booster stations, and just kind of, where that pressure might be applied because of development. So we had 4 proposals. Those were reviewed by the city engineer and the public works director, and they're recommending SEH's proposal.
Thank you. Do we have any questions or comments from council? With none, we will move to the public input portion. Is there any member of the public, either present or online, that wishes to address this resolution? If so, please state your name and address for the record. Is there any public input on resolution 2022-51? We'll close the public input and ask for a roll call.
Counselor Geisler,
Aye.
Counselor Nelson,
Aye.
Counselor Housechild,
Aye.
Mayor Boucher.
Aye. Next is resolution 2022-52, resolution approving request for proposal for consultant services to prepare an updated comprehensive plan. Do we have a motion?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Counselor Geisler, second by Counselor Nelson. Mr. Mulder?
As you know, we've been talking about updating the comprehensive plan for some time. The current plan dates back to 2000. There's been a lot of growth since then and a lot of changes to the community. So we'd like to update that. Proposals May 13th, and we imagine we'll get several proposals, and we hope to have a recommendation to the city council for an award on June 6th. This will be about 18 to 24 month process, but hopefully at the end of that time, we'll have a 20-year comprehensive plan for the city.
Thank you. Are there any questions or comments from council? I'm glad that we're moving forward with this. Is there any public input on this resolution? If so, please state your name and address for the record. Any public input for resolution 2022-52? With no public input, I would ask for a roll call.
Counselor Nelson,
Aye.
Counselor Housechild,
Aye.
Counselor Geisler,
Aye.
Mayor Boucher.
Aye. Resolution 2022-53, resolution approving the 2022 City of Hermantown standard specifications for construction. We have a motion.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Counselor Nelson, second by Counselor Housechild. Mr. Mulder?
So the city engineer and the public works department reviewed the general specifications for various city construction projects, whether it be road, water, or all of those things, and even the kind of general conditions. Those were last reviewed back in 2017. And so they updated those, including references to some of the MnDOT specs that we use as well. So those are all just updates. We did not include the entire packet for you. It's in excess of 300 pages, but we did highlight the substantial or significant changes in one of the exhibits there.
Thank you. Do you have any questions or comments from councilors? Hearing none, we will move to public input. Is there any public input on this resolution? If so, please state your name and address for the record. Any public input on resolution 2022-53? Closing public input, we will move to a roll call.
Counselor Housechild,
Aye.
Counselor Geisler,
Aye.
Counselor Nelson,
Aye.
Mayor Boucher.
Aye. And last but not least, a motion to recess.
Motion to recess.
Second.
Motion by Counselor Nelson, second by Counselor Geisler. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. Thank you all. Have a nice evening.